On today's episode, it is the beauty business. We're going to talk about what it's like to set up a business, the highs, the lows, the challenges, and what it's like to build really a globally recognized brand in an incredible city like London. Our next guest, Marianna Edelkind, has developed, the must-have place for nails, hair, and so much more. I can't wait to dive into her story because as we talked about our journey together as entrepreneurship, it's so interesting to see similarities, whether it comes from the books you read, what you learn from your parents, and the people surrounding you. So we're going to dive right in. Marianna, welcome to Dubai.
Thank you so much, Rosemin, for having me.
I know you're on holiday, but I'm taking you for the hour because I want to share with our followers your incredible journey. You have 4 locations right now. We're going to talk about that and building a brand. But I really want to start with what was your journey before you got to London? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Estonia, and at 9 years old, we immigrated to the States. And I have been constantly seeing my father do many, many different businesses at the same time. And sometimes they're not even interconnected. And so I was growing up in this very entrepreneurial household, and he was my role model. And the way how he always handled things with ease, whether they were ups and downs, I was always inspired by how he made it look so easy.
You moved to the States. What was that like at a young age? Did you find was the culture exciting, different? Was it motivating?
It was completely different. I started out going to a school where I had to learn English as a second language, so it took some time to assimilate into the community. And by the time I got the hang of how the America is great at that time, it was back in 1995, I had to go back to Estonia. So essentially, I spent 4 years of my childhood, became slightly American, and then moved back.
But your English was perfect.
But the English was perfect. And of course, the American way of education really taught us to be very outspoken, not to fear anything, really go for it. So it was really different schooling and education system from what we had in Estonia back then. Because at that time, we were all to be a gray mass, not to speak until you're told to speak. Yeah, so it was a very, very different way. And I think it really benefited me as an adult growing up.
I love that. I think whenever families move, it's the most important thing is taking the best of, right? Yeah. And making the best of the situation. You're back in Estonia. When did that entrepreneurial spirit kick in? Your dad was, I guess, a mentor for you in so many ways because he was doing multiple businesses. When did you realize you had that entrepreneurial
quite early on, because firstly I loved to be visiting his office, and I was always talking to people what they're doing, what they're working on. Like I think even from 6 years old, I really loved going to his work.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to give him some advice, like on a person, or he met some person for business, and I would be sitting there as a little girl in a cafe next to my father, and then I would say, "Daddy, are you sure he's good for business?"
Oh, really?
so yes, I really had this streak, and I remember even at 9 years old, growing up in the States, it was very safe back then. And I was already testing my entrepreneurial skills, making like little marketing posters about being the best nanny on the block.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, and taking care of kids, So yes, from early age on, and whatever job I could do, I didn't have to, but it was just my choice because I really wanted to know how businesses work, any kind of business, whether it's clothes, whether it's food, whether it's a bookstore or an assistant to someone, any kind of work I love to do because you learn from people and you observe people. And it's amazing to have this opportunity because I think it's very difficult to understand what you want to do. Imagine you ask teenagers today, who do you want to become? Not often they can answer. So if you trial things, then I think you can really shift and understand what works for you.
I love that you did so many jobs, everything from, I think, being a waitress, selling clothes, being a nanny.
Summer jobs,
summer jobs. But I think that's so
yes.
important because not only are you starting to make your own money, but you're learning different skill sets and different kind of personality traits about you.
Absolutely. And even I have 3 children, and for my older one, he's now 13. And I'm telling him, Alexander, now it's your time. Step into our work. You could learn to do social media. You could learn to do videos, edit it for them. Why would I pay others if you could do this? So basically, he would come in now on the weekends to the salon to greet guests, to help with tea, and to do some videos, for example. Why not?
No, it's brilliant. What was one of the best things your father gave you? Was it a book? Was it a piece of advice?
Yes, well, definitely. My father, firstly, was never showing any negativity. he was always saying things will pass. The time, even if you are in a low, there will be a time when there will be a light. So you should always keep your stamina up and understand it's in passing. And also at 13, he gave me a book, Poor Dad, Rich Dad. And I
brilliant.
think that kind of really changed my perspective, and I started to understand things. So especially today, I think we are our kids are living in a completely different world where they have so much under their fingertips.
Yeah.
They can learn from anywhere, even into AI, right? You can ask any question, it would give you options. I mean, you can learn so much today. So I think learning from people, from whatever's under your fingertips.
But from that particular book, when your dad gave it to you, what was one of the takeaways you remember from that?
I would think that never give up. You always have to be a kind person. You have to lead with kindness, because kindness is unforgettable.
I love that. That is so good, Marianna. I love that. When did you get to London? When did you take that leap?
I came to London already at 27 to start my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to London, I was having kids back to back, literally. So I started my business when my youngest was 3 months and the oldest was 4 years. So it was 4, 2, and 0.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I thought, what should I do with my life? It's not enough to be a stay-at-home mom for me. So I remember I was reading this book. It's called Ikigai, The Japanese Secret of Happiness. And the book was all about passion, devotion, profession, and the purpose. And I was reading that book back then. I was like, what am I doing with my life? There is more to life. I love being a parent. I love being a mom. The kids are amazing, but I could also do much more. And back in my early 20s, I was always an entrepreneur. I was working in fashion. I was a creative director at a lingerie company, and I took the fashion house and created their franchise models, and now they have over 80 stores.
Wow.
I'm still very closely connected with them. I support their ideas, what they do. I came as a little PR assistant, and in a year's time I became one of the key leaders in the company to drive the business further. So actually it came to be a number 2 lingerie and swimwear company
incredible.
In Russia and CIS.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I was 21.
But that is an entrepreneurial streak,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because you're growing in that company, you're learning different roles, and then you kind of get to the highest point you could get to in the company.
But imagine when I came for an assistant role, fake it till you make it. I was.
Were you just learning on the go?
I was learning on the job, but at night I was reading up. I was getting new vocabulary to use, and people thought, "Wow, she's so professional." But I was just out of the university. So
I love this. We need to rewind for a second. I love that you were at home learning. What were you reading? What was exciting you then? What was motivating you?
I loved marketing. I loved sales, marketing, fashion, creative, anything creative. So I was always, it was my passion. And as a child, I dreamed to be a fashion designer. But my parents said, no, fashion designer. No, but I still do my own clothes. I design. I still do.
That's amazing.
Especially
in
Dubai.
Have this great, I mean, here it's so nice. There's like tailors everywhere that can make your vision really come to life. You have that creative streak in you, and you have this marketing streak in you.
Yeah.
So you climbed the ladder at the lingerie company. You've built it out to the franchise model. So you have this hunger with you. Was that your real would you say that was your base, really learning curve being at that company?
I think another company, actually, after I was in the lingerie company, I also worked in the World Fashion Channel. It's like the fashion TV of Russia. And so I was a one-man show who would host if needed, put videos together, put on an event, edit something, create a campaign, put on a show, do an event. I did so many things. And in the lingerie company, I also did so many things. So I was very multitaskable. Yeah.
Well, that's an incredible skill set to have. And the fact that you can recognize that you can multitask is very important.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Really.
Well, I think it's a skill set for women. I find women can multitask very, very well. I mean, I can be like listening to someone, writing an email, like I can do a lot. But I think it's a strength of females that they inherently have that.
My bosses laughed. Saying that, Marianna, you're such a good deal. You work for, you are one person, but almost doing work for 10.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a good deal.
Brilliant. So now you've done this lingerie company, you're in London, 3 kids. You have this aha moment where you've read this incredible book, which we're going to list here because she has a great list of books. When was that moment that you knew you wanted to get into beauty?
Actually, it wasn't about beauty. Imagine, it was just a manifestation moment. It could have been any business. I love to create. I love to see what can be improved in any business. And actually, my story was about being a client of a salon. I was observing the business, looking at how it was doing, advising quite a bit to the owner, how things could be done better. She would take on my advice.
Yeah.
And one day, when I was expecting my 3rd child, I would come to get my pretty nails done before birth. I was counting the days and thinking, I think I could do this place better. I really have a vision for it. And I gave birth to my child. 3 months down the line, the owner of the salon said, I found out the news that she's selling it, and I offered to buy it.
No way.
I never even did any research. I didn't have any business plan going into this business. Absolutely. I just had fire in me. I thought, oh, wow, this is what I want to do. So it wasn't really necessarily about nail business. I wasn't really passionate about it, but I just felt, oh, this information came to me. I know how to do it better. And I had keys to the business I knew nothing about in 2 weeks. I didn't even have time to research anything. I started from scratch. I didn't have any relevant experience or anything. I just had an inner calling to do this business with 3 small children in my hands.
So what did you do? Did you just make an offer to her?
Yes. I just made an offer to her, and she's like, oh, she didn't really, I don't think she really liked me. But then I really convinced her that I could really take her baby and develop it further. But then I would rebrand it already and start on my own journey. But it was a beautiful moment because it's a power of thought that I just put into the cosmos, and it came to me on a silver plate. And it happens as soon as you really clearly voice your wishes.
Well, don't they say that? Preparation, hard work, good luck come together, and magic happens.
Always. But you have to believe in your ideas.
But what was the first step? So, which actually is very interesting because you actually took over a business, right? So it was already existed. It's in South Kensington. That was the first location. What was the first step? Was it rebranding? Was it sitting there thinking about did you start doing a business plan after? What was the steps?
To be honest, I had a lot of judgment around me, people not understanding why I want to do this. And to be honest, I couldn't really explain. I just had a feeling that I have so many ideas, and they were overflowing. I was so excited. Imagine, with 4, 2, and 3 months old baby at home, I was like, I'm going to do this nail place. Amazing.
This is literally your next, your 4th baby.
Yeah, the 4th baby. And it really required a lot of work. So I immediately went into rebranding, re-educating clients that things are going to be new, because at that moment, unfortunately, the business was going down quite a bit. And the team members who stayed there, I did have to change them. So essentially, I did have a small database of clients, but I had to start completely fresh. And I really started as greeting clients every single day myself. I would learn about what they like, how they do. I really had to empower the team to give them my clear vision, how I would like things to be done. Of course, a lot of team members thought I was crazy and pedantic, and maybe they couldn't even keep up with all my expectations. But I really had a vision. And today, I think it really came true.
That's amazing.
That was already almost 9 years ago. 2016.
What do you think the first step when you are taking over a business? Because you have to balance the older employees, customers.
Clarity of vision. You have to sit down with people and clearly explain what you expect from people, and to see if this vision aligns, because there's no point to keep people who don't share your vision.
Yeah, I think that's so important as an entrepreneur. And you have to have, as the leader of the business, you have to have such a clear point of view and have a great team to execute your vision, because everyone has a different skill set that they bring to execute it.
And we work very hard till today. We have to constantly keep up with our ideas, with our philosophy, with how we want things to be moving. You need to inspire your team, because without your team, there's no business. So if your team don't understand, they don't have a clear understanding what you expect from them, it is impossible to get the result you want.
Yeah.
And also, I think a leader should be a nurturer. He cannot be a commander.
Yeah.
So once you really lead with grace, you lead with a clear vision, you lead with empathy, because it's very important today. People don't want to work just for the sake of working. They want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to be recognized. So a nurturing leader, I think that's key to any business today.
And how do you motivate your team?
Praise.
Because you started with how many staff in the big? Now you're
Two.
Yes. And
Yes.
now you're over
100.
Over
Yeah.
100.
Yes. I really know my people. Firstly, a very motivating atmosphere for everyone is to see everybody happy. Imagine a beauty business is a very transient business, and a lot of people think that beauty business is not even a serious business. A lot of people minimize the importance of the beauty business, and we can touch upon that a bit
Of
later.
course.
But people sometimes, unfortunately, the business owners don't recognize that the team are the core healers and drivers of the business. So if you don't treat them well, you can never grow with this business. And we see so many beauty businesses constantly closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. And even through COVID, I mean, after COVID, we came back stronger than ever because I was working so hard, motivating all my team to stay together, and we didn't lose anybody.
That's amazing.
They all waited. 9 months we were closed. They were all waiting to come back.
Also, if you're going somewhere, like, you will be a loyal customer, right? If the service is great. And also, when you fall in love with a therapist, you won't go anywhere else, right? You always go to the same, I always ask for the same nail technician.
I can tell you that with Oblique, my main mission was to create a team where people don't request for a specific person. So with Oblique, you can just find a slot and you will be happy with everyone.
That's incredible.
So that's something that I
love
completely changed that law.
This is where I'm going to be this summer.
Because also we cannot be in a position where we're constantly scared that a team will leave us.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to build a very strong team of people, of individuals who enjoy working with you. And that's it.
And investing in them, right? Like
Investing
their skill set. Yeah.
Skill set. Personal growth. We have a very strong corporate culture, and we have a very strong attendance of our corporate events. Usually people probably don't want to go to a summer party or night, or a Christmas party. Yeah. But we have the highest attendance. Everybody prepares, everybody wants. And we also we create events so that our team members, they prepare for it. It's always something fun, something that they do collectively, or something they work on together. And then there's a presentation. So it's like a collective effort. So it's a very strong corporate ethic, which unfortunately I don't think even exists maybe in the beauty industry as such.
I want to ask you about finance, because it is a topic that a lot of times we don't want to talk about. And it's probably so vital to have someone who's so strong in finance when you're starting your business. When you went from 2 to 100 over the course of the years, how was it? Who was your partner in that? Who helped you kind of put you in check? Because I'm sure the expenses go crazy when you're starting a location, employees, rebranding.
Imagine up to 50 employees. I was managing everything by myself. I didn't even have an assistant. I had, of course, admins in the shop, but I was doing all stocks, salaries, business direction, creativity, everything. Because actually, Oblique, I created all myself. I don't really hire creative teams, or I don't hire specialists to do the marketing. It's all me. Unfortunately, with people. But now we've grown, so now we have specialists, but still I am the driving force behind the ideas, because I think as a business leader, to expect that somebody will take and create everything for you, I realized it doesn't exist. So I maintain to be the visionary, and I have wonderful, amazing magicians who work with me to drive those ideas to reality.
That's amazing. Yes. And with finance, you check those numbers?
Yes. I used to be doing it all myself, and only a couple years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I finally had a financial director to help me and to put me in check. Because for me, there was always, we should not count. We should do amazing things. We should always improve. And to be honest, in the past 9 years, I have already built out 7 spaces. We have now 4 locations, but they were always evolving and changing and moving. We were moving to a next door space, getting a bigger space and a bigger space and a new concept, all in the same 3 streets. Just because we were outgrowing our demand and constantly evolving as a brand.
Well, you've done something so unique with your brand. It is really now specializing. It started as nails, and now you're 4 locations, I think going on 5 at
Yes.
Whiteley's. How is each location different?
Basically, they all cross-sell each other, and all concepts have their own unique storytelling and experience. Because if you imagine all in one, it's chaos. It's impossible to navigate, because when people come for aesthetics, it's a very discreet service, and it's a very calming atmosphere. How can an aesthetics be together with a hairdresser?
Yeah.
So that's why now the brand Oblique has evolved from just oblique nails. Now one is a house of nails, catering only for the nails. We have house of hair, and in hair you have a transient, like the space that revolves around you. So if you need manicure, pedicure, hair at the same time, even with brows at the same time, we have rooms that transform, and you can have everything in 1.5 hours done for you.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Or so we're basically, and everything is just 1 minute walking from each other.
Yeah.
So specialists can move around and co-create what you need, but all under one brand. So I take the headache away. People thinking, for nails I have to go here,
Somewhere.
for hair I have to get there. No, you don't need to. You just come in one place. We take care of all. Yes.
And how do people book on an app?
We have our own call center actually
okay.
working behind the scenes.
Because you offer, I think, over 350
services.
350 services.
Yes,
That's
we have
amazing.
people working around 14 hours a day on WhatsApp messaging, because people these days, they do book through WhatsApp
Yeah.
a lot. But of course, you need time, you need to explain to people, you need to book. So we have people on team who have moved out to another country. They have been working as my front of house in London, and they chose, like, one girl lives in Spain, another one somewhere else, and they literally manage all our booking line sitting from their home. But they have been within, so they know how it is to be inside. Yes. So all these people, they have been with me for many, many years. We don't see a transition at all. Like, we don't have people leaving us.
That's great. No, and also when you have people staying with you, that's a true testament to company culture. That people are there, they want to grow, they want to develop, and they want to be a part of, like, the next big thing, which is what you've created.
And now I have so many girls who have come back from becoming moms, to getting to be moms, actually getting married, becoming moms, having the babies, and coming back to work. Yes, so we see this legacy. I mean, it's incredible.
What is the power of financial independence? What does that mean to you?
Freedom in all aspects. Freedom. Yes.
And what is advice that you can give women of how to save and how to build?
To be honest, everybody should find their why do something, find their passion. Never go at something with fear and limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as we create, we voice our visions, they can come to reality, and you never know how amazing it can turn out. So if you're sitting and waiting for the right time, the right moment, the right partner, the life is going.
Yeah.
It's going. Just go for it. Surround yourself with people who actually create, who do things, who inspire you. There's no time to waste. Just go for it. What is the worst that can happen?
What is the worst that can happen?
Nothing.
Really? What is
Nothing.
Have you ever had, like, these moments where you're just having a bad day at work?
We all have.
Yeah.
I would say it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because with mistakes, we grow. This is our pivotal point to learn. Why should we be afraid of mistakes and sit at home on the bench, on the safety bench, and fantasizing? It's incredible to try as many things as you can in life. And then maybe you just choose to be, okay, I've tried all of it. Now it's time to relax. I want to just, I don't know.
How do you relax?
to an
Are you relaxing? You're in Dubai. You're on the beach this week. Are you relaxing a little bit? How do you take time off as an entrepreneur?
Frankly speaking, traveling
Traveling
really resets my mind. Even being in the plane, it is my most efficient work zone.
Really?
Yes. I switch off from day to day, but I focus on the future.
Sure.
So I always build my future on the plane, because that is where I am alone in my
distractions.
own thoughts.
Yeah.
Yes. And thankfully I travel a lot, so I have this time to build my future, because everybody needs to build their future. even if you're not an entrepreneur, still, why are you here? What do you want to do? What do you want to do for yourself?
What are your goals?
Yes.
I always say the goalpost should always be moving. So like when
Always.
I achieve something, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And
Of course,
like I celebrate that moment. And then I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? Like I always say that your goalpost should always, always be moving.
And I also think that today there are so many incredible tools to help you evolve, to help you to be better. Even you can build a new business concept through using an AI tool, just chatting with ideas. What do you think about this? I would like to create this with this in mind. And imagine, I was really blown away by what ChatGPT gives out. You can really cross-check your ideas. You can dive deeper into concepts and find things that you never even thought of. So I am really blown away by what the future holds for us.
And what is the future for you? What's the next thing that you're working on?
Yes, thank you so much for asking.
Yes.
I'm actually right now on a search for my next thing, because the beauty businesses, I'm still evolving, I'm still doing new projects. But now I'm looking more to do products for the benefit of people that they can
Are
be
sold in your stores.
Can be sold anywhere and everywhere. Yes.
So are you diving into the labs? You're getting creative?
Yes, I'm now literally testing some ideas that I would like to dive in, because since I'm a multitasker, I have many ideas flowing into my head, like 100 different ideas a minute, but we all need to distill. We all need to sit down, narrow down, really do the research, and go from your heart what really feels, and check with the ChatGPT. Is this in high demand?
Best advice.
And also create your focus group.
Yeah.
It's very important. Some people sometimes are afraid to speak their mind or their idea, thinking that somebody will steal the idea. I do think that so much is already out there. Your idea can only be perfected. So the more you speak with people and vet your ideas with people, the more you can evolve and faster it can be brought to life.
What is one piece of advice you can give a female entrepreneur that wants to kind of take that leap, actually?
To take that leap.
To actually enter this world of entrepreneurship. What is your advice?
Go with your heart, with your intuition. Learn to trust your intuition. And don't try to work with your fear. There is no fear. It's all in our head. So the most important advice, just to write out your idea, vet it with somebody, see it. Does it make you happy? Would you like this idea to be in life? What do you think of this idea in 10 minutes? What do you think about this idea in 10 years?
Yeah.
What do you think about this idea in 10 months?
Yeah.
Like this. I always vet myself. I have to cross-check. How am I feeling with this? How is it sitting with me? Does it inspire me? We should always go forward today. There is no time to waste. No time to be sitting on judgment, or just go for it. I think we have to go for it. Everybody just has to do things and get surrounded by the people who inspire them. If you're not surrounded by the people who inspire you and drive you, it's quite difficult.
Yeah.
So this is the first step. Learn about the people. Listen to podcasts. Read books about inspiring stories. You can learn so much, and even your greater ideas can evolve from that story.
And what are some of the books you recommend?
It depends for what moment. For example, is an incredible book about why. What is Why by Simon Sinek.
Okay.
It's about the passion and how to create and understand your purpose. So I think every entrepreneur who wants to go on a journey should read some books where they can guide you. And also, there's an incredible book that really changed my perception, because I thought that leadership is about knowing all the answers and doing everything yourself. But actually, leadership is about allowing you for others to grow within you. So the book Michael Singer, The Surrender Experiment, is an incredible book, a very rare example where businesses are built with spirituality and drive together. Because a lot of books about business are about go for it. There's not so much talk about spirituality, but surrendering to the flow, to the flow of life, made me understand that actually by the time that you give up control and surrender to the life as a river to guide you, you can just achieve amazing results. Yes.
You have to let go.
I wish I read that
Yeah.
this book maybe 10 years ago. But yes, I read it a couple of years ago, and it completely changed the way I work now. And I've really given much more leadership to my team, much more autonomy. It's not about being a leader. It's not about being authoritarian. It's about being authentic. And yes, just giving other people a chance to shine.
How do you juggle 3 kids in London? What is is it an app that you use? Is it like a good PA? How do you juggle this business and a full family?
Structure.
Structure, yeah.
As every business,
Discipline, yeah.
As every business
Yeah.
requires a good structure,
Yeah.
the family also requires a good structure.
And so what is your advice for that? Like,
Have a clear vision,
Yeah.
have clear expectations of how to build the structure.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 boys, and they're almost teenagers. So right now, it's one boy is 9, 11, and 13. So they
Wow.
are already, they are a handful. They do require me, I think, much more now. But you have to be understanding that you have to take your own time, and your kids also need to respect your time, the time for you, and be clear about this, I'm sure. And also, I juggle by traveling, by surrounding myself with communities, because communities are the future of keeping sane. And actually, with communities, you can grow your kids together, and it can be a lot of help as well.
I think it's very important who who you spend your time with.
Yes.
You know, you make sure that you share the same value system as your friends.
Yes. So I think we're going back to the communal
Of
way of
course.
living.
No, of
And
course.
I think this is an incredible way that I can really rely on close people around me. And I do, I think about family and how to juggle. Family, and when I mentioned that family is also a structure, and family it can be also managed as a business, because you can actually create a contract with your own kids about and setting the expectations.
Oh, I
and
love this. This is
creating-
good advice, everyone. Yeah.
and literally, you can sit and create a full contract with your kids. Who is responsible for what kind of expectancy you have from them, what expectations do they have from you. You can formulate it and also create why your family is so unique, because today kids need to be driven by purpose. And imagine you create a legacy in your family, why are we different, and create this document, and you can evolve this document as the kids grow up, and they have this document that you work with. This is what I have in my family. And it really helps to structure, and the kids understand why they're doing certain things, and why I make them play chess, and why I make them play piano. And actually now, years down the line, they enjoy doing it. They want to do more. They actually ask me, can I do more?
Wow. So you've done it right. And I think
so. I think
but I
I've
also
done
think
well
that's
with my
like,
kids.
But I also think that's like communication, being very open, getting
And
them
clear.
involved with the decision making, because
Yes.
they feel like they're involved in.
Yes, and when
in the
it's a
parent-
document,
Yeah, they see it.
in the document, there's also a moment for praise and gifts and certain
incredible.
things and attainments.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have this, because I think when you don't have the clarity of expectation and the clarity for purpose for your children, it's very difficult to manage them.
That's such a great piece of advice. And finally, the beauty business. It
Yes.
is a business that is worth trillions, but it's something we need, actually. The power of a good blow dry, good nails, hair, makeup. What is your passion for this business? Why did you just get so drawn to it?
My main passion are the people. I love seeing people happy. I love to inspire people and empower them. With a great blow dry, you walk out feeling like you can conquer the world.
Yeah, it's true.
And also, I was just recently in India, where I was blown away by the culture, by the people, by the mentality. And I came back, and one piece of advice I gave my team, I said, we should definitely take on this incredible trait that you are all healers, and you want to get blessings from people, and you want to bless people in return. So when we give a good service, we are blessing people, and they're blessing us in return. Then how can we give a bad service?
Yeah.
So it's all about the energy exchange, right? And beauty businesses are driven a lot on energy, a lot on personal emotion, a lot of personal, maybe sometimes unrealistic expectations. We have to be very honest, we have to be very supportive, and we have to be very kind to everybody who walks through our door, because every client, every person who is coming through our door, it's their time. It's the time for them to enjoy themselves. It's not about giving them a negative emotion or servicing them badly or impersonal service. Impersonal service is actually, for me, is a bad service.
Yeah.
Beauty service should be very personal, very
And of
caring.
course, because there's so much touch involved. You're
Yes.
like in this zone, personal zone.
Yes, so absolutely. With beauty, you can empower people, and beauty business should be actually considered now an official empowerment tool for women and men alike, for anyone, really.
I love it. Are we going to take this as a franchise model? Is it coming to Dubai soon?
I've had some inquiries. We'll see, maybe.
We love the beauty space in the
I
Middle
know,
East.
there's a lot going on, but maybe we can come up with an interesting project here.
I love it. Thank you for sharing your books. Thank you for sharing your parenting. I thought that was such great advice, this open communication with your kids, and really being so honest about expectations from both sides. I thought it was so interesting. And of course, setting up the business. You have evolved. You're opening your, I guess this is like the location in Whiteley's.
Yes.
Coming soon. So I'm going to put all Marianna's details here. Next time you're in the UK, you got to get your nails done, hair, every beauty thing there. Book it. You have such, honestly, such a magnetic personality, and your leadership skills, which I love. Everything is all about evolving. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.